Show we use a light, non-toxic fog that is not hazardous to your health in any way. We wouldn't do that. We also remind you that smoking is not permitted anywhere in the building. The taking of still photos is allowed. However, the use of video cameras or tape recorders is prohibited. For those of you who would like to obtain autographs, we ask that you wait until the show is over, at which time an announcement will be made concerning autographs. Now sit back and relax and prepare to enjoy the entertainment experience that is the Gatlin Brothers Theater. We appreciate it.
The marvelous thing about public life is the many people that Barbara and I have met and the good friends we've made. The Gatlin Brothers certainly fall in the latter category. We've known them for many, many years. In fact, they sang at one of my first campaign appearances, and they've worked their magic at the White House, too. The Gatlins have been wonderful friends to the Bush family, and we're just so happy about this new home that they'll be performing in. They sure don't need an introduction, but let me present our friends, Larry, Steve, and Rudy, the Gatlin Brothers.
I might be what you're looking for. What you're looking for. I might be, hey, what you're looking for. Hi, y'all. So don't go walking out the door before I have the chance to tell you I might be what you're looking for. You did not come in here to hear the guitar player play. You came in here to kill a little time. You did not come in here to throw your precious love away. That's not your style. Well, lady, that's not mine. So I might be what you're looking for. What you're looking for. I might be what you're looking for. For sure. So don't go walking out the door before I had the chance to tell you I might be what you're looking for. I tell you what I'm looking for. Popcorn. I ain't had dinner. Lately I know the feeling, I felt it myself. Somebody sent you reeling, you need a little help. You've been staring at the ceiling, sitting there on the shelf. No more, no more. I might be what you're looking for. What you're looking for. I might be what you're looking for. Mike Rich. For sure. So don't go walking out before I had the chance to tell you I might be what you're looking for. Oh yeah! Thank you very much. Good evening. How y'all doing? Good, we're doing good too. Welcome to our show. We're glad you're here. We're going to have a good time. Thanks for the popcorn, darling. I appreciate it. I really do. I hadn't had dinner. And the Coca-Cola. Thank you, darling. Yeah, I tried not to spit anything back down in there. I did the very best I could. We're glad to see all of y'all. Welcome to our show. We're going to have some fun, I promise. How many of you nice people seeing the Gatlin Brothers for the first time in your whole life? Raise your hand. We've been doing this over 42 years, people. Where have you all been? It doesn't matter. It's not important where you've been. The important thing is where you are now. Right in our little theater, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We're going to have a good time, I promise you. Let me explain a few things to you. First of all, we do not have a comedian. We do not have an opening act. Ain't nobody here but us. You're stuck with the Gatlin boys for the next 2 hours. Is that all right? It better be all right, because that's the deal. Good. So since we've got plenty of time to make music, there's nobody here but us, so we're going to do all that. We're going to do a lot of things for you. But Steve and Rudy and I decided that the best way to start this show is come out here, sing you a song, and then just hold it for a few minutes. Get acquainted a little bit, visit with you a little bit, because, you know, obviously by the show of hands a while ago, there are a lot of folks, you know, who hadn't really seen us live before. So we're going to get acquainted. We've got plenty of time to do music. We're going to do all that. I promise you, sing all kinds of things. So let's visit a little bit. I'm going to let you ask some questions. Here's the deal. I'm going to help you with the questions because I know what they are. That's right. So people are always asking me questions like, Larry, are you married? Ready? Larry, yes, I've been very happily married for 13 years. 13 out of 29 ain't bad, right, pal? No, I'm just kidding. I've been married to the same woman for 29 years, the love of my life. Her name is Janice. Beautiful woman, my best friend. Great gal. I really love her. She's a neat lady. She goes to aerobics. Do any of y'all go to aerobics, you ladies? That little 9:30 gossip meal in the morning, that little rumor. They play music and gossip. That's all they do, you know. Hi there, you know, jumping up and down. But Janice heard I don't normally tell jokes, but she heard a joke in her aerobics class a few weeks ago. She told me, and it's in my top 5 favorite all-time jokes. I don't normally tell jokes, but I got to tell you this. My wife told me. What happened was this old boy came home drunk every night. And when he got home drunk, his wife would meet him at the door and whoop the tar out of him. Yeah, she'd take an old newspaper or a shoe or a rolling pin or fly swatter or something and just whoop him upside the head. Well, it wasn't doing any good because he kept coming home drunk. So the wife went to one of these counselors, and the counselor told her, said, look here, your way of doing this is not working. So tonight, if your husband comes home drunk, let's try a little different tack. Don't you be mean to him. Don't whoop him. Be real nice to him. The wife said, okay, I'll try it. So sure enough, the old boy came home just drunker than Cooter Jones, and his wife met him at the door and said, well, hi, darling. Can I get you a pair of slippers? And he said, I think that would be nice. So she handed him his slippers, and he put them on. She said, honey, are you hungry? Would you like something to eat? I've cooked a real nice meal. Are you hungry? He said, I think that is real sweet of you. They sat down, had a wonderful meal. After the meal was over, she said, darling, would you like me to rub your neck and shoulders a little bit, just kind of relax you, massage you, make you feel better? He said, I think that's a dandy idea. So she rubbed his neck, massaged his neck for a little bit, about 3 or 4 minutes. Then she disappeared for a few minutes, and she came back wearing one of those sexy, slinky negligee deals, you know. She said, darling, would you like to go to bed now and make love? He said, well, I might as well. I'm going to get a whooping when I get home anyway. That's as rough as we get. It's a family show, I promise. That's it. My little Baptist wife told me that, so I figured y'all could handle it, right? Of course, what we're going to see on television the last 7 months and for the next 2 years, it looks like it pales to insignificance. We're not going to talk about politics. That's it. So that's my wife, Janice, told me that joke, and I just love it. She's a neat lady. She really is. Now, another question people ask me all the time is, Larry, do you have any kids? Ready? Larry? Yep, we got 3 kids, 1 of each. You got to pay attention. I'll try to fool you. We've got 2 great kids. I was lying to you. We have a daughter, 26. Her name is Kristen. She's a doll. She's a sweet kid. She's kind of goofy and wonderful, just like me. She sings with me a little bit when I'm off doing solo shows and sings the high part, does a great job, has a beautiful voice. And she's also my secretary, you know, gets messages and phone stuff and, you know, correspondence. And she's married to a big old, long, tall Texan named Von Stanford. He's about 6 feet 12 and almost 7 feet, you know what I mean? And they're good kids. They really are. They live in Austin, Texas. And Kristen has a little brother. His name is Josh, my baby boy, Joshua Cash Gatlin. We named him, of course, after Johnny Cash. And Josh is 22 years old, and he's a good boy. He's almost nearly kind of, sort of, in college. He's on the 6-year plan. We didn't plan it that way. That's how it's working out. He went to Colorado State University for his freshman year, and while he's out there, he majored in trout fishing and skiing. Figure that one out. He's a good boy. He'll get it all figured out, I'm sure. That's my family. Now, Brother Steve's married to a beautiful lady named Cynthia. They've been married about 25 years. She's a beautiful girl. She really is a sweetheart. And they have 3 beautiful daughters, Ashley, Allison, and Aubrey. They're all just pretty as they can be. They're smart, talented, real athletes. Ashley, the oldest one, is really smart. She's down at Clemson University. She's on the dean's list. She's about to graduate this spring. Great kid. Allison, Big Al, the middle one, we don't know what Big Al's doing, but whatever it is, she's doing it full blast. I guarantee you that. She's got one speed, and that's straight ahead. She's a great kid. And the little one, Aubrey, the youngest one's a sophomore in high school. She's on the golf team. She sings with her daddy every now and then. They're wonderful kids. Steve's got a great family. Brother Rudy's married to a beautiful lady named Kim. They've been married about 9 years, and they have a little boy named Austin. He's 7 years old. He's about that tall. He is a pistol.
he's not mean. He's just, he's full of himself and fun, and he's mischievous. And the simple fact is that he acts a whole lot like his daddy did. My brother, when he was that, let me tell you what my brother Rudy did. This is truth. When my brother Rudy was 2 years old, my mom and daddy used to spank his bottom every day. The boy would not stay out of the street. He had a little tricycle, and he loved to play in the street. And Mom would spank his rear end. He'd still be out there in the street. So what she did, finally, ladies, you know those little one-piece jumpsuits you can zip, all the way from head to toe. Mama put Rudy in one of those, zipped him up, tied a piece of twine through those back loops, put about 30 feet of slack in it, and tied it to the clothesline so he could walk up and down in the backyard and play. Well, she couldn't watch him all the time. We didn't have a fence, and he's always out in the street. She didn't want him to get hit by a car. So she thought that'd do it. She went back inside and started washing dishes. She looked at her 5 minutes later. My brother Rudy is buck naked riding that tricycle in the middle of the street. He's unzipped that whole unit, baby. He's got it all off of there. I'm not kidding. Austin acts a little bit like it. He's a good kid. He's my buddy. He really is. And Rudy and his wife are going to have another baby. I don't think he's told his wife yet. I think he's going to tell her tonight. I'm lying to you. They have a little baby daughter. She's about that tall, 2 years old. Her name's Lauren Alexandra. We call her Lala. She very well might be the prettiest child I have ever laid my eyes on. She is a beautiful child. We're grateful to God. We've got wonderful wives, great families, healthy kids. We're very blessed of God, and we are grateful. So those are our families. Let's see. Another question people always ask is, Larry, do you play a lot of golf? Ready? Larry? Just on the days that end in Y. Today might have been my last experience for a while on the golf course. I don't even want to talk about it. We've played all over the world. We've played Augusta National and Pine Valley and Pebble Beach, Cypress Point, and St. Andrews. Been very lucky to play with some of the greatest players who've ever played the game. Love to play golf. Golf's been mighty good to the Gatlin boys. So those are the questions that people ask us a whole lot. The one question that people ask me the most is, Larry, how did you and your brothers get started singing? Ready? Larry, how did you and your brothers? I thought you'd never ask. We got home movies. Y'all pay attention. We're going to show you how it happened. That's our first record in 1955. There we are. Ain't we cute, huh? In case y'all can't tell, I'm the tall, good-looking one over there on the left. And that right there, that's me. Wasn't I precious, girls? Blue eyes, curly hair. Woo. Ugly socks. Good Lord, Mama. Now, in this picture, I told you Rudy was always the oddball. See, he's scratching. Steve and I are posing like we're supposed to, but you can't even get Rudy to stand still for the darn picture. And that right there, that's one of my favorite pictures. It's me and Brother Steve sitting on our daddy's brand new 1953 Buick. Long time ago. There's Rudy in his underwear.
Where? Oh, no. Well, don't look.
We got started singing together 40 years ago, singing gospel music. We loved it then. We love it now. We're going to do another. Kick it off.
Swing down, swing down, swing down, swing down, swing down, sweet church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got home on the other side. Swing.
There's Steve in his underwear.
Swing down, 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 swing down.
Well, Ezekiel went down in the middle of the field. He saw an angel working on a chariot wheel. He's not sold the ticket about to work the wheel. He just want to see how the chariot feels.
Why don't you swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Swing down, 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 swing down,
That's our little sister LaDonna.
Well, Ezekiel went down and he got on board. That chariot went up and rolled down the road. He's not sold the ticket about to bump those roads. He just want to lay down his heavy load.
Why don't you swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Swing down, church, stop and let me ride. Rock me, Lord, come and easy. I've got a home on the other side.
Thanks. Yeah, that airplane coming by was in the exact key we were in. There was the bass part. Yeah, the bass part. Did y'all hear that? I thought, good Lord, what is that? Really? Is that you guys?
It's
well, okay.
God.
You know, those are some. That's gospel. Do y'all like gospel music? Y'all like gospel songs? Do you? We do too. We and all of our audiences here at the Gatlin Brothers Theater love gospel music. That's how we were, brought up. How we got started singing was when Brother Rudy was 2, Brother Steve was 4, and I was 6 years old. Our mom and dad would take us to church. Then the next day they'd take us to church. Then the next day you got it, 8 or 10 days a week, right? That's what it feels like when you're a kid. You mean we got to go again? Shut up, get in that car and leave Rudy alone. Get over here. That's how it was. So we learned to sing out of the old church hymn book. We love those old songs. In fact, the three of us, we know every single gospel song ever written in the history of the whole world. We know
single gospel song ever written in the history of the whole wide world. We know. I kind of feel like Ed McMahon when I do that part. I just loved it. Every single gospel song. Oh, I am so sorry.
Hey.
Ooh, I'm in trouble now.
Well, you are in trouble. First of all, it's terribly rude to interrupt me. I'm trying to tell these nice people how we got started singing. Don't interrupt me. The second thing is, you look like Barney. Did you wear that on purpose? I mean, holy cow, that's an ugly suit. I mean, a vision in violet. The third thing is, what in the world does Ed McMahon have to do with this show? What are you talking about?
Well, you know Ed and Johnny.
Of course I know Ed and Johnny. What
and
about
the Tonight Show?
Yeah, we used to do the Tonight Show with Ed and Johnny all the time.
Yes, we did. Stump the Band.
What about Stump the Band?
Well, see, they used to play Stump the Band.
Well, I
I
know they
thought
used to
tonight for these fine folks, we could play Stump the
Hey,
Band.
Barney, look here.
Yes?
In case you hadn't figured out, the band ain't out here.
Where did they go?
I don't know where they went. They probably watched the ball game. We are not going to play Stump. Folks, we are not going to play Stump the Band.
Oh.
Well, we're going to play Stump the Gatlin Boys. I ain't got no idea where the band is. We're going to play Stump the Gatlin Boys because we know every single gospel song ever written in the history of the entire world. We're going to prove it right now. I'm going to start over here. If somebody raise your hand, name your favorite gospel song. Anybody? Any of y'all over here go to church? Anybody? Somebody have a favorite song? Anybody? Yes, back there. Yes, ma'am. Just a Closer Walk with Thee, one of my favorites. I am weak, but thou art strong. Jesus, keep me from all wrong. I'll be satisfied as long as I walk. Let me walk close to Thee.
Oh, baby, just a closer.
What?
What's the problem
Come here, Elvis.
I was just singing. What's the
Well,
problem
I know you're
here?
singing. I ain't the brightest flame in the candle shop, but I know something for sure.
What is that?
There ain't no "Oh baby" in Just a Closer Walk with Thee.
I got confused.
Well, you certainly are confused.
Sorry, I didn't. I won't do it again.
Well, don't do no.
I won't. I'll just sing something else.
So you might be able to put "Oh Glory" in there, but
Let me
that's
try
too-
that, if I
Let
could.
it be, dear Lord, let it be.
Oh, glory.
Just a closer walk with Thee. Just a closer walk. The boy is really weird. I ain't kidding you. Granted, Jesus is my plea. I'm gonna slap you upside your head.
Just a closer walk with Thee. Just a closer walk with Thee. Just a closer walk with Thee.
Let it be,
Dear Lord, let it be.
That's pretty good for a mouthful of popcorn. We're one for one for that lady back there. All right, somebody in the middle. Anybody? Lady, this is just like third grade. You raise your hand, then you get called on. You raise your hand, then you get called on. You got to pay attention, lady. If you want to do this your way, get your own Dad Burn Theater, and we can do it your way. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. For that lady right there, we're 2 for 2. All right, how about over here in a second? Yes, ma'am. Which one, darling? In the Garden, beautiful song. I come to the garden alone while the dew
dew still on the roses, and the voice I hear falling on my ear, the Son of God discloses, and he walks,
Sing it with us.
with me, and he talks with me, and he tells me I am his own, and the joys we share as we tarry there, none other has ever known.
Give yourselves a hand. That was mighty good. I got to wash that popcorn down. How many of you nice people have seen the Gatlin Brothers on those Bill Gaither videos, the homecoming videos? Have y'all seen? A lot of people. For those of you who don't know, Bill Gaither and his wife Gloria they're wonderful people and two of the very finest songwriters in the history of gospel music. About 8 or 10 years ago, they got a bunch of gospel singers together and did this thing called the homecoming video. Sang a bunch of old songs, had a wonderful time, put them on TV and sold a bunch of them. Bill made a lot of money. And a lot of people were blessed by it. It's a really neat deal. So a couple of years ago, Bill called me and said, Larry, why don't you and Steve and Rudy come up to Indiana, come up to Alexandria, and let's get those guys and gals, a lot of them your heroes from years gone by, get them together, let's make a video featuring the Gatlin boys. So we did, and it's just been wonderful. There's not a day that goes by that somebody doesn't stop me in the mall or somewhere out playing golf and say, boy, we love those videos, and it's just really been a blessing to us. So Brother Steve, for our fall shows here, has put together one of those songs, and we'd like to introduce you to some of our heroes, the people who taught us how to sing. Would you please welcome by way of video Bill and Gloria Gaither and our gospel heroes. We're going to do a little Gatlin Boys Come Home. There's Holy Lister and the Statesman Quartet.
I'm glad Jesus came, glory to his name. Oh, what a friend is he.
My beautiful wife, Janice.
He so freely
Brother
gave
Jake
me
Hess of the
all
Imperials in the
I can
States.
say from
That's our sister
bondage set
LaDonna.
free. I've got that
Brother George Johnson, the Cathedral Quartet. Don Cherry, great lead singer.
I've got that.
Sister Vestal Goodman, Gloria Gaither, the Spirit Girls back there, R.W. and Donna Blackwood, Jim Hamill, the one and only James Blackwood of the famous Blackwood Brothers Quartet. There's Brother Jake again.
I've got that true love in my heart.
And there's Howard Goodman taking up the entire screen. Now folks, this old boy playing his piano, his name's Anthony Berger. You have never in your life heard anybody play piano like that. Listen to this right here. There's Bill Gaither, Brother Hobie Lister. Roger McDuff and Danny Gaither, Candy Christmas. Son, tear it up, change keys, boys.
Sinner, won't you now humbly to the mount? Just let the Lord come in. You'll
That's
find
Sue Chenault.
perfect peace, joys will never cease. You shall a life crown win.
That lady in the red dress is our mama. That's Billy Gatlin. Little Jack Tony. Henry Slaughter and Ann Johnson.
Where true joys forever abide. Nobody
That's Larry Ford. I've known him since he was 4 years old. He didn't have the mustache back then.
knows but
Hi, Mama.
I've got that true love in my heart. With a Bob Johnson
And this handsome fella coming up right here, that's our daddy. Hi, Pop. Give them all a nice hand, our gospel heroes, Brother Steve and Brother Rudy. We really do. That's so much fun. We really do owe those people a tremendous debt of gratitude. 40 years ago, they kind of took us under their wing and taught us how to sing, taught us how to live. And they're wonderful folks, and we love those old gospel songs. But no matter what faith or religion you are, we're all God's children. And the Gatlin boys believe that God's children have a right to come in here and laugh and giggle and steal popcorn, Coca-Colas, have a big time. Can I hear an amen? I think I'll take an offering. I know we already did, lady. Who said that? Don't get ahead of me, woman. I can have you kicked out of here. You caught me. One offering a night's enough. I'm not going to do that, but I am going to do something. I want to know, how many of you nice folks have brought cameras to the show tonight? Did you bring cameras? Raise your hand. Bring them up here. It's against the rules of this theater to take pictures. Come on. I'm just kidding. Bring them up. I'm going to let you take some pictures. I'm going to get the band together. We've got plenty of time. Come on. If you brought your camera, just make your way out of the aisle. Come on down. Stand up right along this. Steve, bring that ugly suit out here. Come on, Rudy. These nice people want to take some pictures. Band, Rabbi Fishman, come on. It's not break time. There we go. Good Lord, it does look like a Pentecostal revival now, boys. We got them walking the aisles. Come forward. Don't stop in the middle, lady. You got people backed up all the way to Conway. Come over here. Here we go. Come right on down to front.
Okay, Larry, they got them all together now. Y'all going to get some solo shots for me. I know you like them.
Nobody cares anything about a solo shot. That is an ugly, very busy. It's just ugly. I'm glad you did get it out of my closet. It was ugly when I bought it. Here we go. Cameras up. Cameras up. 1, 2, 3. You don't have a camera, lady. Go sit down. Now, what would that be about, you reckon? Look out, we're going back to the left.
That's one way to do it.
All right, that's enough of this nonsense. Get out of here. Give the boys a hand. Give these folks a hand. They followed instructions, some of them. See, if you'll get up when I tell you to come up, if you'll do what I say. Where were you, lady? Band, come on. I got a strange woman out here hollering at me. She didn't get up. Get over here, this lady. Get over there. Come, up. Come on. Come. Quit gabbing at me, woman, and aim. Are y'all happy? Sit down. It's a 2-hour show. Get out, boys. Thank y'all. Now can we get on with this? How we doing? Thank you. No, you can't get one with your wife. Is there a full moon out there? Did y'all come in on the same? I knew it! Oh. Y'all are weird. Have they started serving whiskey with those $7.95 buffets that y'all go to? This is a weird bunch. Speaking of weird, my brother Steve is weird. He can't hear me. He's back there obviously changing clothes and probably watching the ball game. He is a little bit different. I mean, anybody that wear that suit on purpose is weird, but he's a good boy. He's real smart. He's the one that put together this whole theater deal, produced the whole show, worked with the sound people, the light people, got the band together and all the videos and everything. And he's produced a wonderful show for us this evening. Let's give Brother Steve a hand. He's kind of goofy and I pick on him. He's a good boy. He really is. Of course, I'd have done it a little different. He can't hear me. Let me tell you what I would have done. You know that very first part there, where the screen came down? Now, that was neat. And I love George Bush, our former president. He and Barbara have been friends of ours for a long time. Their son, George W., is one of my dearest friends. We play golf together. He's, of course, the governor of the great state of Texas and doing a wonderful job. But I wouldn't have done what Steve did. See, because you put a politician on there, and, you'll get nasty letters. Well, you will. Somebody, that doesn't like his and people will scream and holler. I didn't want you screaming and hollering at me. I didn't do it. Steve Gatlin did it. Let me tell you what I would have done. I know we got a bunch of golfers here tonight, right? We got a bunch of people play. Yeah. What I would have done, I would have had the screen come down at the first of the show, and I would have had some famous golfer introduce us. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? Ben Crenshaw is one of my best friends in the whole world. We play golf together all the time at Austin. I could have gotten Benji, Tom Kite, Curtis Strange, Lee Trevino, Arnold Palmer. What I'd have probably done, I'd have probably gotten Jack Nicklaus. Because let's face it, he's the finest player. He's the best player that's ever played the game. Won 20 major tournaments, 80 tournaments around the world. Would that have been cool? You golfers would have loved that, wouldn't you? I'd have had it right there on that big old screen. I'd had Jack Nicklaus, the golden bear. And I'd have had him say something like, well, I've played a lot of golf with those Gatlin boys, and I think Larry is by far the best player. That's what I'd have done. Steve didn't do that. He got a politician. Anyway, Brother Steve's going to come out here in a minute. Don't even bring it up. Look, about 6 or 8 months ago, Brother Steve, Brother Rudy, and I decided that after 42 years of traveling up and down the highway that we were going to do some different things. We came here to Myrtle Beach, and we've been here about 4 years. But we decided that during the time that we were not here at the theater, we were going to kind of stretch out a little bit and pursue some solo career opportunities. Brother Rudy's gone to Nashville, recording a solo country album,
It's wonderful. It's going to be out after the first of the year. Brother Steve has a show here when we're not here, an evening with Steve Gatlin, a big band extravaganza. It's just fabulous. He's done 3 albums. I've written a musical that I hope to take to Broadway someday. So we've done all kind of different projects. And we thought that during this part of the show, we'd just kind of share some of that music with you. So if you'll please make welcome back to the stage one of my 2 best friends in the whole world, middle brother Steve Gatlin. He's going to sing a song off his big band Shag album. Brother Steve Gatlin, give him a hand, folks. There he is.
Hey, man. This is a song off my big band album. It's only a paper moon. Hope you like the Shag. Here it comes.
Ooh-wee, baby, goodness gracious, the way I love you, it's audacious. Ooh-wee, baby, can't you see I'm in love with you? You, no one but you. Come on, baby, don't be stubborn, 'cause just for you I got regular loving. Ooh-wee, baby, can't you see I'm in love with you? You, no one but you. Your kisses taste so sweet, thrill me right off of my feet. I walk a mile just to see you smile. Was thinking about you nearly drives me wild. Ooh, baby, goodness gracious, the way I love you, it's audacious. Ooh, baby, can't you see I'm in love with you? Shag. How about a nice hand for Bill and Bryn the Barber?
Thank you very much. As Larry's already told you, we are a very blessed family. Larry and Rudy and I all have 3 wonderful wives and beautiful, healthy children, and for that I am very thankful. Larry has a boy and a girl. I have 3 beautiful daughters. Rudy has a little boy, and about 2 years ago, his lovely wife, Kim, gave birth to a brand new baby girl. He sings a lullaby to her every night. Tonight, he'd like to sing it just for you. If you would, a nice hand, and welcome back, Mr. Rudy Gatlin.
Drift away, dream away, drift away far, slide down a rainbow, swing on a star. Drift away, dream away, drift away far, morning will find you wherever you are. Now it's nighttime, time for sleeping. I'll be close by, safely keeping you tomorrow, even more than today. There'll be so much we can share. Snuggle up close, hold on tight, baby. slide down a rainbow, swing on a star, drift away, dream away, drift away far. Morning will find you wherever you are. Morning will find you wherever you are. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's for my little Lauren, my little Lala. She's almost 2, and boy, she's a mess. It's amazing what those little girls can do to their daddies, huh, guys? Amen. It isn't right, is it? It's not fair. I ought to be against the law. Good Lord. She gets about Austin gets 1 or 2 things, you know, and give her a dozen. Just give her an even dozen, honey. Oh, it's awful. And her older brother, Austin, probably the smartest guy on the face of the earth at 7 years old. And if you don't believe it, just ask him. But a couple of years ago, he got real curious one night as to why Mommy's tummy was getting real big. So we tried to explain to him that whole deal, kind of like, well, son, you know, there's a little bitty baby in Mommy's tummy, and you know, you're a little bitty baby, and you're in Mommy's tummy too. And before we could go on, he grabbed my wife's mouth and pulled it open and looked in there and said, well, how did I get out? Well, son, it's like this. Take it, Mom. Let her do it. No, I'm going to have to do it in a couple of years. Oh, boy, that'll be fun. Woo. But he's great, and she's wonderful, and I'm very blessed. I really am. You know, Brother Larry went to New York a couple of years ago and played the lead role in the Will Rogers Follies. Some of you probably saw it in New York or when he was out touring it across the country. He's going to do a song from that show. It was a wonderful song, a wonderful show, and this is a great song. Please make welcome back to the stage, Brother Larry, Will Rogers. Here he is.
Yankees are ahead 3-0. Hey, don't boo me. I just brought the message. You're more than welcome. One of the greatest opportunities of my life was a chance to go to New York City and play Will Rogers on Broadway. He was a great individual. I loved doing that show about him. Had a chance to meet some other great individuals. Had a chance to work with Marla Maples for about 3 months, which is just slightly less time than Donald had to work with her. Didn't cost me $10 million to get out of the deal, but anyway, they're both my friends. I hope they get it all worked out. Also had the chance to meet and work with one of truly the most unique characters I've ever met, a fellow named Mickey Rooney. Boys and girls, he is a piece of work, I will tell you that. He's a great guy. He treats me like a son, and I'm very grateful for that relationship. There's a lot of wonderful music in that show. My favorite song is a song about Mother Earth, this planet that we share. I'd like to sing it for you. Look around, the world's a lovely sight, lovely sky and sea, well, it used to be. Look around, the world is shining bright, watch the green grass grow, well, that once was so. Where's the spring, love, the rain? Where's the grove down Lover's Lane? Look around, they vanish overnight. Where's the lovely world we used to see? Disappear from sight, and when I recall what used to be, I'm weeping like a weeping willow tree.
Just look around, you'll see a memory. You'll see a memory, a memory.
Hello, everybody. I'm Barbara Mandrell. The Gatlins have been like brothers to me and to my sisters Louise and Erlene for many years, and I was truly honored when they asked me to tell you about some of the legendary music and musicians who, like us, hail from the great state of Texas. The king of Western swing, Bob Wills, and his Texas Playboys blended the popular sounds of big band, blues, and jazz into a totally unique form of music known as Western swing to create unforgettable hits such as Take Me Back to Tulsa, San Antonio Rose, and Faded Love. Ernest Tubb is credited with bringing the honky-tonk sound and the electric guitar to the Grand Ole Opry. In 1942, his self-penned hit, Walking the Floor Over You, became a million seller, and Ernest Tubb became a legend. When you look in the dictionary under country singer, you'll find this Texan's name, affectionately known as the Possum. George Jones has given us such timeless classics as The Grand Tour, He Stopped Loving Her Today, and The Race Is On. In his own words, George Jones has lived to tell it all. During the 1970s, a form of country rock screamed out of Texas and took America by storm. It came to be known as the outlaw sound, with hits like Good-Hearted Woman, Lukenbach, Texas, and a 1976 CMA Album of the Year. Waylon Jennings became country's most wanted outlaw. Referring to himself as just a songwriter, Chris Christopherson has written such country classic hits as Help Me Make It Through the Night, Sunday Morning Coming Down, as well as pop smash Me and Bobby McGee. I guess in Texas, even just is just a little bigger. When you think about Texas and cowboys, George Strait is the first name that comes to mind. This handsome and talented Texan has made Amarillo by morning and felt the chill of an early fall while never giving up the chair at the top of the country music charts. George Strait is pure country. From crazy to stardust, this Texas outlaw has seen his share of hits and hard times. He may be known as the red-headed stranger, but he's no stranger to the nightlife or the American farmer, who'll tell you his heart is as big as Texas. As both artist and songwriter, Willie has had a string of hits spanning over 3 decades, from Hello Walls and Funny How Time Slips Away to Always on My Mind. It's been a lot of fun looking through the scrapbook of Texas talent. Of course, we've only had a glimpse. There are so many talented Texans. It would take all night to name them all. We hope that we got to your favorite. It does seem like we're missing someone, though. 3 talented performers who were country when country wasn't cool. Well, as we look back on the musical heritage of Texas, Texans have a lot to be proud of. And with that in mind, I would like to introduce you to now 3 of my very favorite Texans: Larry, Steve, and Rudy, the Gatlin Brothers.
Thank you, Barbara Mandrell. Give her a nice hand. She's not here, but I know you love her too. She's a sweetheart. We're going to start our little Texas medley with a song written by the late, great Bob Wills, the king of Texas swing. One of the prettiest songs I've ever heard, Faded Love. I miss you, darling, more and more every day, as heaven witness the stars above. Little Harmony Brothers. With every heartbeat I still think of love. That's his little faded love. You know, the original E.T. was not an alien from outer space in a Steven Spielberg movie. It was a long, tall drink of water from Texas. His name was Ernest Tubb. His buddies called him E.T. Brother Rudy's gonna do E.T.'s biggest hit, Walking the Floor. Do it, son.
I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true. I'm hoping and I'm praying as my heart breaks right in two. I'm walking the floor over you. You left me and you went away. You said that you'd be back in just a day. You've broken your promise and you left me all alone. I don't know where you are, dear, but I do know that you're gone. I'm walking the floor over you. I can't sleep a wink, that is true.
Sound just like Ernest Tubb to me.
I'm hoping and I'm praying as my heart breaks right in two. I'm walking the floor over you. I'm walking the floor over you.
Brother Rudy does Ernest Tubb. Good job, son. My personal favorite all-time country singer hails from a little town called Vidor, Texas. A lot of people call this old boy the Old Possum. Some people call him Mr. No-Show. Some people call him George. Out of respect, I just call him Mr. Jones.
You said I'll love you till I die. She told him you forget in time. As the years went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on the wall and went half crazy now and then. Still he loved her through it all. Kept hoping she'd come back again. He stopped loving her today. They placed a wreath upon his door. Soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her.
You know, well, George Jones is the only man in the world who can take a simple two-syllable word like today and stretch it out into 12 syllables. I cannot do it. I'm going to give it my best shot. Today, yeah. How many was it? Hey, that's 12. A very unique individual. Hail from a little town called Abbott, Texas, down near Waco. His name's Willie Hugh Nelson. I bet you didn't know he wrote Crazy. He's a buddy of ours. Steve's gonna sing it. Do it, son.
Crazy, crazy for feeling so lonely. I'm crazy, crazy for feeling so blue. I knew you'd love me as long as you wanted. Then someday you'll leave me for somebody new. Worry, why should I let myself worry? Wondering what in the world would I do? I'm crazy for thinking that my love would hold you. for trying, I'm crazy for crying, and I'm crazy for loving you. I'm crazy for trying, I'm crazy for crying, and we're crazy for hiring you.
When our daughter was born in Nashville, Tennessee 26 years ago, Janice and I named her after a long-haired, shaggy-bearded, blue-eyed country singer and songwriter from Brownsville, Texas, named Chris Christopherson. This is one of his best right here. Eyes busted flat in Baton Rouge, head and fall train, feeling nearly faded as my jeans. Bobby thumbed diesel down just before the rain took us all the way to New Orleans. Then I took my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was blowing low while Bobby sang the blues. With them windshield wipers slapping time, Bobby clapping hands, we finally sang every song that driver knew. Freedom, just another word for nothing left to lose. Nothing worth nothing, but it's free. Feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. But that was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. This is the 99 part. Help us out. 99. Sing it on. 99. But that was good enough for me. Good enough for me and Bobby McGee. It was good enough for me and Bobby McGee. That's our little tribute to our favorite Texas singers and songwriters. We're going to come back in about 15 minutes after a little intermission. Y'all are a good bunch. We're going to sing some songs that I wrote for my favorite Texas singers and songwriters, Rudy, Steve, and Larry Gatlin. We'll be back.
Ladies and gentlemen, there will now be a short intermission. We'd also like to remind you about all the photographs that were taken as you entered the theater.
Didn't you used to be Billy Jack was the man they called Mr. Guitar? I said, didn't you used to be Billy Jack was? Didn't you used to be a superstar? He said, I'm just an old out-of-work wino looking for a job to pay my tab at the bar. I said, you're the spitting image of Billy Jack Willis, the man they call Mr. Guitar. You really are. I said, you can't sweep up the storeroom out back. He took the broom and went out alone. I got real busy at the front of the pawn shop, spent a couple hours on the phone. An old lady came in and said, do you have a real cheap sewing machine lying around? I went back to the storeroom, I opened the door, I heard a familiar sound. I said, Lord have mercy, you're Billy Jack was the man they call Mr. Guitar. I said, whatever happened to you, Billy Jack was turned you into whatever you are. He said, I got tired of being Billy Jack was. I never liked being a star. He said, so I went back to being just Billy Jack. It's been years since I touched a guitar. I said, well, touch up on that one, Billy Jack, because you're my hero and I want to hear some of it. Sound like it's right here. To your records, you're my hero, you really are. That's when he took another guitar down off the wall. Said, kid, let's play some double guitar. Sound like this right here. guitar.
You really are. Well, we played some guitar. We played for about 3 days. Then we went out and got some more popcorn and Coca-Cola and played 3 more days. Mr. Steve Smith, you want to hear some more of that guitar playing? I want to hear him do it again. Come on there, Weeby. Let's do it again. Kick it off.
Nighttime magic woman, got a hold on me. Night and day I pray that your magic won't let me be.
I'm a prisoner of love, and I never want to be set free. I never want to be set free. I never want to be set free. I was crazy, but then your magic healed me. I was empty, but then your magic filled me. I was wandering, but then your magic found me. I was lonely, then you wrapped your magic loving around me. You wrapped your magic loving around me.
Nighttime magic woman, got a hold on me.
Yeah.
Night and day I pray that your magic won't let me be.
I'm a prisoner of love, and I never want to be set free. I never want to be set free. I never want to be set free. Mr. Steve Smith from Sheridan, Arkansas. Give him a nice hand. He can play a guitar.
Night and day I pray that your magic won't let me be.
I'm a prisoner of love, and I never want to be set free. Lord, I never want to be set free.
Nighttime magic
Woman, do it. Did y'all get that deal about Jack Nicklaus? I fooled you, didn't I? Jack Nicklaus. I love that part. I don't want to cry this early this morning, but cry will if you go through with leaving me alone. I don't want to cry this early this morning. So lay back down and love me, and leave the leaving till later on. I don't want to think about tomorrow. Lord knows I've got my hands full,
just worry about today. And if it's true that God sees every sparrow when it falls, Lord, I hope you'd see me falling if you up and walk away. 'Cause I don't want to cry, I don't want to cry this morning, but cry with if you go through with leaving me alone. I don't want to cry, I don't want to cry this morning. So lay back down and love me, and leave it till later on. So lay back down and love me, and leave it till later on. I don't want to cry.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Welcome back. About 25, over 20 years ago, I guess almost 25 years ago, my wife Janice and I were sitting in our little den in our little house watching our little TV. And we got a telephone call on our little telephone, yeah. And the fellow on the other end of the line was a fellow named J.D. Sumner. Y'all know who J.D. is? Some of you do. He's a great bass singer with the Stamps Quartet. He used to sing with Elvis. And it's been recorded by the Guinness Book of World Records that J.D. is the lowest bass singer in the history of the world. His voice, it just was, hello, Larry. I mean, how you doing, son? I mean, it was just big. I can't even get close to it. It shook that little old house. He said, I want you to hear something. I said, okay, what is it? He held the receiver of the phone up to the speakers. He was at Graceland in Memphis at Elvis Presley's recording studio, and Elvis had just recorded 2 of my songs, and J.D. played them for me over the telephone. And it was fabulous. It was a wonderful experience. Janice and I were really tickled to death. We thanked J.D. and told him to please thank Elvis for us for recording the songs that I'd written. And we hung up and went right back to watching our little TV there in our little den in our little house. And the next day, we went out and bought a big old house. Our lives are not just about money. They're really not. We've had cards and letters from all over the world literally saying that this song has kind of blessed people and uplifted them when maybe they weren't feeling too good. And we try to sing it every night. It's one of my favorites I've ever written. It's called Help Me. Do it for Carol.
Lord, help me walk another mile, just one more mile. I'm tired of walking all alone. Lord, help me smile, another smile, just one more smile. I know I just can't make it all my own. I never thought I needed help before. I thought that I could do things all by myself. Can't take it anymore. With a humble heart on bended knees, I'm begging you please forgive. Come down from your golden throne to me, to lowly me. I need to feel the touch of your tender hand. Remove the chains of darkness and let me see
this one. Waiting to be mended like the Father would mend a broken vase, a broken lady, waiting to be mended and have what's left of the pieces put back in place. Her love was like a fortress surrounding man. She would have died for taking care of all he needed. But the lady's fortress slowly turned into a prison, and the warning signs he gave she never heeded. She vowed every morning that what God joined together, no one else in the world could put apart. Then the walls came tumbling to the ground. Her world came crashing down around her heart. Her heart. Now she's a broken lady, waiting to be mended like a potter's mend a broken vase. Broken lady, waiting to be mended and have what's left of the pieces put back in place. Here we go. She's a broken lady, waiting to be mended and have what's left of the pieces put back in place.
Thank you very much. We won a Grammy Award for that one. It was great. It was a wonderful evening. It was the very first time we'd ever been nominated for a Grammy Award, so we went out to California. You know, we rented tuxedos, rented a big old limousine. You can tell we're country boys from Texas. We still fight for the front seat of the limo. Brother Rudy won the fight. He got to drive. Anyway, it's a long story. I won't go into it. I told y'all I really don't tell jokes, but I got one more. Can I tell it? Of course I can. It's my show. Do we have any Catholics here tonight? We have Catholics? Huh? Yeah, we got a few bead rattlers out there. Okay. Let me tell you about this is my other favorite all-time joke. I don't know much about Catholic school or anything, but I heard this the other day, and what happened was these two little boys, they were 9 years old, and they're in third grade. They went to Catholic school, and they're just meaner. Well, they're not really mean. They're just mischievous. They're always pulling pranks and doing stuff, you know, writing dirty words on the board, throwing erasers and stuff. And their teacher, the nun lady, the sister, yeah, had that hat on, you know. Good morning, children. My name is Maria Teresa Ayatollah the Hun, whatever her name is. I don't know. She's kind of mean herself, but she couldn't handle these two. Finally, after about a week or so, you know, of all their pranks and stuff. So she sent them down to the principal. Who would that be? No, it wasn't the Mother Superior. It was a guy. Father Superior. Yeah, it was a guy. Father Superior. So they sent him down there to Father Superior, and he said, okay, you stay out in the hall, and you come with me. He took that little boy inside in his office. He said, sit down, son. He said, we're going to have a little talk. So I'm going to ask you a question. Where is God? Scared that little boy to death. He just sat there. The Father Superior said, I'm going to ask you again. Where is God? The little boy just sat there, couldn't move. He said, son, this is important. One more time. Where is God? The little boy couldn't say a word. He just scared to death. So the Father Superior told him, said, go back out in the hall and send that other guy. And I'm tired of messing with you. So he went out there, and the little guy who'd been waiting in the hall, he said, well, What's the deal? Is he going to spank us or expel us from school? What's the deal? And that kid who'd been inside said, no, that ain't the deal. Here's the deal. God is missing, and they think we've got him. Do you love it? I love that. About 3 years ago, I had very serious throat surgery in Nashville, Tennessee. My dear friend and physician, Dr. Robert Ossoff, is the chief surgeon at the Vanderbilt Voice Center in Nashville. He looked inside my throat and he said, Larry Wayne, he said, I really believe that if I just whittle around in there a little bit, that I can restore your vocal cords to 90% as good as they ever were. I said, Doc, you take care of your 90%. Me and the good Lord will take care of the other 10%. I'm grateful to God I can tell you tonight I am well 100%. Y'all said some prayers. God ain't missing. I've written a musical called Texas Flyer about my great home state of Texas. This is one of the songs. It's kind of sad, but it's my favorite song in the whole show. Is there an answer to every question? Is there a heaven of some kind? Is there a God of mercy in that great heaven? I'd like to what's on God's mind, and will He take a simple cowboy who seldom made the praying kind? Will the great God take you into that great heaven? I'd like to know what's on God's mind. Is there a reason for every heartache? Have I grown stronger with each tear? All of my questions will soon be answered, for I'll not be much longer here. And will He take a simple cowboy who seldom made the praying kind? Will the great God take me into His bosom? I'd like to know what's on God's mind. I'm dying to know what's on God's mind. Thank you very kindly. I'm very grateful that my throat is well. I appreciate y'all saying prayers. Don't quit. I ain't perfect yet. Pretty dead burn close. Anyway, would you come see a show that had that song in it? Would you, if it came to your town? We're working on it right now, trying to get it all produced, and we've already done it a couple times up in Bristol, Pennsylvania, and down in Houston, Texas. Everybody seemed to like it. It was a lot of fun to do. I'm real proud of it. Tell you what else I'm proud of. These two cowboys have been traveling the road with me for the last 42 years. As I said earlier, they're not just my two best friends. They're not just two great singers. They are my best friends, my partners. Would you please make welcome back to the stage Brother Steve Gatlin. He's going to sing you a beautiful song. Do it for him. Brother Stephen.
Gone is the romance that was so divine, 'tis broken and cannot be made. You must go your way, and I must go mine, but now that our love dreams have ended, what'll I do when you are far away and I am blue? What'll I do? What'll I do when I am wandering? Who is kissing you? What'll I do? What'll I do with just a photograph to tell my troubles to? When I'm alone with only dreams of you that won't come true, what'll I do? What'll I do? You made me leave my happy home. You took my love and now you're gone. Since I fell for you, love brings such misery and pain. I guess I'll never be the same since I fell for you. And it's too bad, yes, it's too sad that I'm in love with you. First you loved me, then you shunned me, but what can I do? I'm still in love with you, and I guess I'll never see the light. I get the blues most every night since I fell for you. Since I fell for you. All right, help me out now. night and day. You are the one, only you beneath the moon and under the sun. When the near to me are far, it doesn't matter, darling, where you are. I think of you night and day, day and night. Why is it so that this longing for you follows wherever I go? In the morning traffic's boom, in the silence of my lonely room, I think of you night and day, day and night. Under the hide of me, there's no such hungry yearning burning inside of me, and this torment won't be through till you let me spend my life making love to you day and night, night and day.
All right. Hey, I'm going to do a song off an album that I'm working on. Should be out sometime next year. And if you hear this song on the radio or another one off the album on the radio and you like it, I'd appreciate it if you'd tell somebody about it. Like call that radio station and say, hey, we heard that Gatlin Boys record. Play that thing. We like it. Call all your friends and neighbors and let them know. That is, if you like it. If you don't, I'd appreciate it if you'd just go home and shut up. But I hope you do. It's called Minute or Two.
It's okay if your mind's not made up. I'll spend the time it takes to earn your trust. So don't give me your heart until you know it's right. I'll be waiting here when you decide. I've got a minute or two, an hour in the day, a week, a month, a season, a year, and a decade if that won't do. I've got a lifetime and forever. I'm leaving it up to you. Take your time. I've got a minute or two. It's okay if your mind's not made up. I did this first verse again. Let's start the second verse again, boys. Don't give me. What is the second verse? Rudy, come in. Well, it's just now turned into an instrumental. Take it, boys. And the chorus. I've got a minute or two, an hour in the day, a week and month, a season, a year, and a decade if that won't do. I've got a lifetime and forever. I've never done that before. I'm leaving it up to you. Take your time. I've got a minute or two, or 3 or 4 or 5, maybe 20. I don't know. I've got a minute or two. It's really a nice second verse. We'll get to it later on that. I'll remember the words and write them down for you, and you can read them on your way home tonight. Oh, that's it. 2, 3, 4. Good things come to those who come and wait. Why yours could never come too late. I got it. And I can't think of anything that now you don't know it, rather do than spend the rest of my life loving you. Everybody now. I've got a minute or two, an hour in the day, a week and a month, a season, a year, and a decade if that won't do. I've got a lifetime and forever. I'm leaving it up to you. Take your time, I've got a minute or two. Take your time, I've got a minute or two. We did it! We did it! Thank you!
Finally! Hey, the show ain't over, Elrod. Come back. That's okay. Everybody on occasion goes to Guam, in the middle of their performance. I saw Robert Goulet do the national anthem one time. Did y'all see that? Of course, he's Canadian. Do we have any Canadian friends with us tonight? Big deal. No, I'm kidding. We're glad to have our Canadian friends. But I mean, Bob Goulet's a wonderful guy, a great friend of mine. But he went like, he's got the, he's so handsome. He got that big voice. It's just huge. Oh, say, can you see lots of bombs in the air, and some grain and some wheat and some mud flaps and pickups or something? I mean, he just wasn't even. So, Rudy, it's okay. Just write them down. Many years ago, when my brothers and I were still little boys out in Odessa, Texas, I was 10, Steve was 7, Rudy was 5. We won a talent show, our little hometown of Odessa, Texas. We won first prize. First prize in that talent show was a Shetland pony. Meanest animal that God has ever put upon the face of this earth, with the possible exception of my mother-in-law. Anyway, I'm just kidding, ladies. I got a great mother-in-law. I really do. I pick on her. She loves it. Second prize went to a little rock and roll group from Wink, Texas. They won dinner for 4 at the Chinese restaurant over in Midland, about 20 miles away. They got a much better prize, trust me on this. We knew they were really good. They had a great lead singer. His name was Roy Orbison. We're going to do some of his songs because he's my favorite all-time singer from Texas. Do it, boys!
Walking down the street, pretty woman, the kind I'd like to meet, pretty woman. I don't believe you, you're not the truth. No one can look as good as you. Pretty woman, oh, pardon me, pretty woman. I couldn't help but see, pretty woman. You're just as lovely as can be, but are you lonely just like me? Pretty woman, stop a while. Pretty woman, talk a while. Pretty woman, give your smile to me. Pretty woman, yeah. Pretty woman, look my way. Pretty woman, say you'll stay with me. 'Cause I need you, I'll treat you right. Come with me, baby, be mine tonight. Pretty woman. I was alright for a while. I could smile
as we stopped to say hello. Oh, you wish me well, you couldn't tell that I'd been crying over you, crying over you. Yeah, you said so long, left me standing all alone, alone and crying, 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 crying. It's hard to understand that the touch of your hand is suddenly crying. I thought that I was over you, but it's true, so true. I love you even more than I did before, but darling, what can I do? For you don't love me, and I'll always be crying over you. Yes, now you're gone, and from this moment on, I'll be crying, 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 yeah, crying, crying over you.
He was a great singer and a great friend. We miss him. Now some more songs from my favorite three Texans, us.
Houston, Houston means that I'm one day closer to you. Honey, Houston, Houston means the last day of the tour we're through. Yeah, lady, you ain't got in heaven about how I love what I do.
For a living, I really do.
But Houston, Houston means that I'm one day closer to you.
Sing one other, Elvis.
Oh, singing at the world's biggest rodeo show was a great time for me and the guys. Oh, when I'm away from you, honey, time always never flies. Sing one over there, Bubbles, man. Sleeping all alone at the Holiday Hotel show makes a cowboy blue. Well, here I am in Houston, and I'm one day closer to you. Houston, Houston means that I'm one day closer to you.
I remembered all the words.
Houston, Houston means the last day of the tour we're through.
Yeah, lady,
You ain't got in heaven about how I love what I do.
for a living, I really do.
But Houston, Houston means that I'm one day closer to you.
Turn around.
in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's a brand new game. Trying to be a hero, winding up a zero, can scar a man forever, right down to his soul. Living on the spotlight can kill a man outright, 'cause everything that glitters is not gold. And all the gold in California is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills in somebody else's name. So if you're dreaming about California, it don't matter at all where you played before. California's a brand new game.
We're gonna change keys. Y'all singing. Here we go.
All the gold.
I know you know this one. Here we go.
Sing along. In California, is in a bank in the middle of Beverly Hills, and somebody else
It ain't Beverly Hills if you're dreaming. Now you don't know the word.
about California. It don't matter at all where you played before. California's a brand new game. Brand new game.
Brother Steve Gown, talk about Brother Rudy. The ball's in the band. Look out, kids. We got one more. It was a kind of night that happens once in a lifetime. We all got together, must have been the right time in Fort Worth, Texas, on a beautiful night in June. I had my country rockin' boogie woogie hillbilly band. There were ladies and gentlemen playing violins. It was Boogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. It was Boogie and Beethoven, Boogie Woogie and Beethoven. They played a little Chopin, so rock and rock on in. My little country rockin' boogie woogie hillbilly band, the best in the whole wide world, my friend. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. Play a little Beethoven, lady. So we went to play a gig with the symphony. I wasn't sure the boys and girls knew how to play our tune. I said 1, 2, 3, 4, we all started in. I got cold chills when I heard my name. It was Boogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. It was Boogie and Beethoven, Boogie Woogie and Beethoven. They played a little Chopin. Rock and rock on in. My little country rockin' boogie woogie hillbilly band. Who knows if people ever have it again? Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. One more time, girl.
Beethoven under the Texas moon. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. It was Boogie and Beethoven, come on. Boogie woogie and Beethoven. They played a little Chopin with some rock and rock thrown in. My little country bucking boogie woogie hillbilly band, the best in the whole wide world, my friend. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. Help us out now. Here we go. Come on now. Everybody on this part. This is way too much culture for some of y'all, ain't it, huh? Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Texas moon. Boogie woogie and Beethoven under the Myrtle Beach, South Carolina blue. Na, 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 na. Brother Steve Gatlin, take it back. Brother Rudy, the boys of the band, Richie, Marty, Steve, Mike, me, you, the sound man, the ushers. They liked us better in the back. Y'all sit down. The ones that, sit down. Thank you. Our families all sit in the back. Did y'all have fun? We had fun. Thanks for coming. We're all going to go take a shower now. Well, not all of us, lady. Be a good deal for $20, wouldn't it? I showered with them Gatlin boys. The three of us are going to go take a shower, and we'll be right back. Over this little, the score, well, here's part of it, 5. Just a partial score, what? It's 5-0 Yankees, it's 5. Do what? He ain't from Texas, darling. You're right. In Texas, score is only 2 syllables. His had 3. Score! Yeah, they're beating them pretty bad. And that's the good news. And even better news is they say Darryl Strawberry's doing very well. So, God bless. Anyway, we're going to come back in a few minutes. This little souvenir booth over here. And if you bought a tape or a CD or a picture or something, our little gift shop, or you have a piece of paper, we'll be glad to sign it. Our wonderful ushers will help you get lined up down here, show you what to do, and we'll be right back. We'd like to sing a song for you to close our performance this evening, a song that I wrote for us over 25 years ago. We try to close every show with this song because better than anything else that we could say or do, this song really expresses how the Gatlin boys really feel about things. Steve? May all hallelujahs when spoken and heard be heartfelt thanks to Thee, dear Lord, and not just lovely words. And may each passing moment till the ending of our days be filled to overflowing with our never-ending praise. Hallelujah.
We love you. God loves you, and that's the truth. Brother Steve, Brother Rudy, bye-bye.